Today is day 100. 100 days of running a local AI agent autonomously 24/7 on my local hardware and in my bedroom. And for the last 14 days, I can honestly say I have nothing to show for it. It's not because the AI broke or things stopped working, but it's simply because I stopped caring about the project I was building. I hit 200 subscribers on this channel today, which saying out loud for the first time is kind of wild. If I had to talk in front of 200 people in person, I'd definitely be nervous, so just want to get that out of the way. 6 months ago, I had no idea I'd even be starting a YouTube channel. 3 months ago, when I did, I never expected it to be like this. So this weekend, when I was sitting out at my pool, I realized that something I built for a hobby and a kind of a project to document what I was building has actually started seeing numbers that I never expected so early. But I couldn't chase the fact that one thing was eating me alive over the weekend. We just got our pool finished, so I was outside hanging with my family all weekend, and the fact that I never felt guilty about finishing the AI app that I was building kind of crossed my head. I expected to feel guilty after a while because I was supposed to be building this app called SwipeKey, subscription as a service app for the real estate industry, but I kind of just stopped caring about it. Once the AI made it for me in like 4 hours, I realized how worthless this thing could simply be, and spending all this time building it kind of made me bored. What I realized was I enjoyed the friction and the issues and the errors of all the AI. So when it's so polished and so effortless, everything kind of felt worthless, and I got bored and stopped wanting to build it. So let's rewind 100 days back to February 24th. This all started when I built a local AI agent named the Wolf because I wanted to have help with my finances. I'm big into the stock market and wanted to have an agent on my PC that would send me basically customized recaps or advice for what the market was doing that day. And when that was being built, that was fun. We had pushback, we had issues, we had friction. I started building a personality of an AI agent that I started really enjoying. The best thing about this agent was it didn't come with a disclaimer at the bottom saying this is not financial advice. This was a raw, uncut agent that I built based on real life personalities and exactly what I wanted to hear. That thing felt alive to me. It was hard work. It was a lot of issues when I was building it, and the personality, it became weird and in the good way. I made a video on this channel. It's my 10th video. It goes over why I spent or how I spent the first 10 weeks of building my local AI agent, which is the first 70 days. It goes over building the Wolf, and if you haven't seen that video, most people on this channel have. It's got like 8,000 views. I've gotten like 195 subscribers off that one video, which I have 200 subscribers total. So one video alone has basically gone over what I have made on the channel. And honestly, because that one video showed me that people don't care about what I'm building, they just want to see the failures and the chaos, I'm going to start going towards that direction. I'm going to keep building stuff for myself here, and I'll just show you all the failures, the friction, and everything along the way. After the algorithm killed the Wolf, I pivoted to an app called SwipeKey, which was a subscription as a service app that I was going to use to help clients find houses better and have agents have a better relationship with their clients. I wanted to use AI to fill a market need in the real estate industry, a $100 billion industry that hasn't been changed in decades. Here's the thing about the app that I built to disrupt this industry though. I built it in literally one weekend. I had a functioning prototype in 24 hours. I made a video about it, my 12th video on this channel, and almost nobody watched it. But that's not the part that bothers me. The part that bothers me is that I didn't finish it. Not because I ran out of time, not because it was too hard to do, but because I just stopped caring about it. Every time I sat down to work on it, I spun up my GPU, had the AI build something perfectly, and then we would close it. Another function, another thing on my app done, and no friction. I told myself maybe I was just being lazy. And honestly, I probably was. But I do think the problem was something bigger than that. There was no friction. There was no errors. And without the struggle, the project became meaningless. Building the Wolf was super hard. Building SwipeKey was really easy. And I think that's the whole story here. Here's the uncomfortable truth about what AI has done to software development. And this is something that I don't think a lot of people are talking about directly enough. For decades, software had value because it was hard to make. You needed a team, a budget, and months of time to build something. The scarcity of software was a moat for companies. Having a good developer or having the best developer was actually a competitive strategy companies worked on. However, AI kind of just destroyed that. And it wasn't slow. It literally happened almost overnight for most people. The industry wasn't shifting. It was a complete change. People with 4090s and a good hardware at home could build things that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to build before. And they could do this in 4 hours, like I showed before on the channel. If I can do it with zero experience and zero software engineering, basically education, then anybody could do that in 4 hours, let alone 48 hours or even a month. When everyone can build the software is no longer a moat. It's a commodity. It's just like downloading a template for anything else. And here's what that simplicity creates. Creates a bunch of hollow apps with no soul because there was no real issue or frictions while building them. The thing I was proud of when I built the Wolf wasn't his output. It was the fight. It was the model fighting back and having friction every step along the way. I had to train his personality by hand and give him all the prompts to get him to what he was. This felt like wrangling a wild animal that didn't want to be wrangled. And that struggle is what made it worth something to me. And with SwipeKey, well, the AI just simply built it. Functional, no soul, and basically no input from me at all. I didn't earn this, so I didn't want to build it anymore. So if code is now free and anyone with good hardware can build it, what's actually left? Here's what I think. The moat just simply moved upstream. It used to be, I have a really good developer. Then it was, I have a great software UI. And now, I think the problem is, people have problems that only they care about and only they need solutions to. So the edge, it isn't software anymore. The edge is a specificity of the problem that you're trying to solve. And the more personal the problem is, the more yours it is. And the more defensible it becomes. Nobody can copy your exact life. And nobody can outsource your exact situation to a different AI. So here's what day 101 actually looks like. I'm bringing the Wolf back, but not as the character he was before, as a system. I want to build a local finance agent that runs entirely on my system. No cloud, no API. A few weeks ago, OpenAI released their finance model for the Pro subscription. You can link your bank account, track your spending, and get financial plans specifically for you. Now, on paper, that's extremely cool and something that most people don't have access to without spending thousands of dollars. However, they have to neuter their whole thing with safety rails and disclaimers because they can't actually have an AI on their models telling people what to do with their money. So I built my own version, and my version runs locally. I'm probably going to use DeepSeek R1 for this because it's really good at financial reasoning. The model doesn't know how Reddit thinks about stocks and investments. It doesn't have a legal department. When I ask if I should move money into something right now, it doesn't give me the, well, this is not financial advice answer. It gives me the real direct answer I'm looking for. And here's the thing. I don't want to sell this. That's not the point of it. The point is, what can someone actually do with the hardware they already own locally to improve themselves to make them a better version of themselves? Not more marketable, but more powerful. That's the content I actually want to make, and the content I think is the most helpful to people who watch the channel. I don't want to build any more of these, this is how I built an app in a weekend videos. I want to show things like, here's day 107 of building with a local AI agent and why he told me to invest in this stock or do this thing with my personal accounts. The SaaS app, SwipeKey, was built for them and hope they pay. This is build for me and document what it actually does. I'm not trying to sell you a tool anymore because I'm going to become the tool myself. 200 subscribers in 100 days is super wild to me. And honestly, the most valuable thing I built wasn't the app. It's this channel alone. This channel lets me figure out what I actually want to build and why, and you all supported me along the way. I can't take that for granted. Next video is the revival of the Wolf and the start of the build of my local finance agent. I have no idea how long it'll take, and I have no idea if it'll actually work. But that uncertainty is exactly why I want to film it for you all going forward. If you're here, you probably already get it. See you on day 101.